Hey guys, it's Kat. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a makeup tutorial on this halo eye look right here that I created using the James Charles palettes and the BRETMAN Rock times ColourPop wet palette. And honestly guys, this look, super amazing. I only used 4 colors to create this look, and 3 of them were from the James Charles palette, which were these right here. And then the other one was from the BRETMAN Rock palette, which is this one right here, the shade Mood. And honestly, you guys, this look, super fun, wearable, easy to create. These shades are like super creamy and honestly, like, so pigmented. You guys know how the James Charles palette works because I've used it on my channel before, but let me talk to you guys about this one. I literally just used the shade Mood on my lid and I just swatched it once and look at that. Freaking beautiful. And then there's Fishy. There's my hand. What am I doing? There's Fishy. And then Thickums. There's this one. And then LOL, I'm crying. So these are all the shimmers that are in here. I have like no complaints. I mean, there's fallout, but I feel like there's fallout with all shimmer palettes. I want to say so, the one that I've used, because I like pack it on there. But this one, very creamy and super blendable, that I could blend it in to the purples that were in the James Charles palette. The formula in this palette is really nice. Enough about me talking now. If you guys want to learn how to recreate this really nice look, go ahead and keep on watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks guys. So I used Shape Tape, and then I set it with some translucent powder just so that all these colors can just blend easily. Using my James Charles palette, I went ahead and used the shade Skip, and I applied that as my transition color. So starting off with a little bit, just so that I can start building up the shade as I go. I'm using the JH32 brush, which is just a brush that will like give you a very precise transition color. Alright. Let's go ahead and get started. Just using windshield wiper motions, just start bringing in the color, bringing it back out. You don't want to go too high with this. You want to go just about to your brow bone. It's okay if it like drags out a lot because we're going to go ahead and clean it up like we did to this one. I'm going to take a little bit more of this shade and keep building this up. So using my JH33 brush, I'm going to go ahead and use the shade Single from the palette, and I'm going to use that on my crease. It's a blending brush, but it is a tighter blending brush, so it's going to just, if it's on its side like this, it is flatter on this part, if that makes sense. So it allows me to just have full control of where I'm placing the product. So just take a little bit, and it helps if you actually like look up so you can see where your socket is at, and then just start applying the shade. Now using my M441, I'm just going to use this. It's clean. Just blend right over these shades so that you don't have any harsh lines. And you can also go back in with purple if you want to, and then just deepen this up some more. Just try not to go back in with the pink because then it'll just be too bright on top and you kind of want it to just fade into each other. Clean brush and blend. A little tip, if you like raise your brows, I know it looks funny, it lets you get like in here better, because if it's like this, you can't. I don't know if you can see, it gets harder, but if you raise your brows, it actually helps you see where you're placing the color. once you blend until your heart is content, you're going to take the shade Escape on your M456 brush, and this brush is a firm blending brush, so it's going to give you more control of where you're placing the shade. It is also more flat on the side. If you turn it this way, it's more open. So I'm going to use the flat side when I'm applying it so that I can have control of where I'm placing the shade. Again, take a little bit and start applying it on the outer. It's okay if you want to like pack it on a little bit first, but just do little by little so that you can see how much you're applying. If you just like circle it in your palette and then dip it in there, it might be too much. At least for me it is. And then to do the halo eye, you're also going to do the same on the inside here. So I also use this other brush by Crown. It's a mini chisel fluff brush, and it just allows me to pack on some shade onto my inner eye, just because I want like more control of where I'm placing the product on the inside. Now that you've applied the shade with that brush, you can actually just now go in and start blending out the color. Take some more, and then you start running it across the top right here to connect the two shades, just so that when you apply the blue on top, the dark purple is still peeking out. I just recently started watching A Million Little Things, and I started binge watching it because I am a binge watcher. Hardcore to the point where I could watch like 8 seasons in a month. And it's a show about these 4 friends that are all really close together, and one of them dies unexpectedly. It's a really good show, like about depression and like how to deal with it and how these friends deal with it, and how like that event just sort of brought them closer together while pulling them apart but bringing them closer. Just, I think I cry every episode. That episode and This Is Us and Grey's Anatomy, all of those shows are just the best shows ever. I'm gonna go back in with my JH33 brush and just start blending this purple with the other purple, so that again there are no harsh lines. And then once I'm done with that, I'm gonna take just the clean blending brush that I was using before and start blending with that one. Stay in your lane. Okay. My ashy ass elbows freaking start dipping into where you don't belong. It's right that the purple doesn't look as intense as this one does, because once we apply the blue, we're going to go back in with the purple and then just sort of blend everything together. I'm going to go ahead and use the glitter glue by Too Faced. Taking some on your finger, you're going to go ahead and tap, 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 tap. And you just keep tapping it until it gets tacky. So after applying the glitter glue, I went ahead and used the BRETMAN Rock and COLOURPOP palette, the wet one. And I went in with the shade Mood, and it's really pretty blue shade. I love it. Going in with the shade Mood on my Morphe M167 brush. So after I applied that, I went ahead and used this brush by Crown. I just started smudging the shade. This brush is just going to help with like smudging the color. because see how this one right here is like super sharp and this one's like a little bit more blended? It's gonna basically help you with that. If you want to, you can actually pull your eye. After applying the blue, I'm going to go ahead and use the M456 again, which is the one that I used the darker purple on. Grab a little bit more purple, like literally just like 2 taps into the palette, and start to intensify this color a little bit more so that you can blend it into the blue. After you're done with all of this, you're gonna go ahead and take a wipe, very carefully clean up here. So with this, you're gonna want to follow your under eye line and just go straight up towards the brow. You don't want to go too low, you don't want to go too high. Just follow the natural line from your under eye. And now that you did that, go ahead and clean it up. So as you guys know, I have been using my Origins oil, and I have actually started applying this because my best friend recommended it to me. I'm super like oily in my T-zone. Everywhere else I'm pretty like either dry, but mainly just oily on my T-zone. So this helps me a lot so that throughout the day my oils don't start popping out on their own. I'm actually providing my face with the oil already, so I get control of my face oils. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that and then wait 10 minutes before I apply my foundation and my primer. Okay, so going in with my primer, I'm going to use my J1 Jelly Pack primer. This is the one that I've been using in my previous videos. It honestly works miracles. So I take just 1 pump of this is enough for me. Melt it between my hands a little and then start applying it. I'm going to take my Can't Stop, Won't Stop by NYX in the shade Neutral 07. And then I go ahead and take about 2 pumps of this. And I take it on my Bare Minerals brush. So if you guys ever wonder why in my videos I'm like super loud when I'm with my friends and stuff, and then when I'm by myself I'm kind of more quiet, that's because when my friends come over, it is a decent human being time to be up. Right now, it is about to be 5 in the morning, and I am filming. That is what anxiety does to you. So whenever I can't sleep or I'm feeling like sad and stuff, I just start filming, which helps me a lot. Because I'm able to focus my energy into something else. Next, I'm going to be using my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Custard. So now that I've applied my concealer, I'm going to go ahead and blend it all out. For my next step, I'm going to take some translucent powder and I'm going to dip my beauty blender into it. So I'm not baking yet. I'm just going to go ahead and work this product into my skin. I bounce it and then roll it, bounce it and roll it. Take a brush, dip it into my translucent powder, dust off the rest of it, and then I just start applying that all over my face, or I didn't just press the powder into. So after I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and take my Morphe sponge and I'm going to really dip into this translucent powder. Using my HOOLA bronzer, which I think is a really perfect shade to contour your nose with my Morphe 62 brush. I'm going to go ahead and dip into that just a little bit, tap off the rest of it, and I'm going to go ahead and start contouring my nose with this. go ahead and clean up the edges of your contour. I want to take my HOOLA bronzer and use my, I think this is a MAC 1-2, I don't, the name came off, but it is a bronzing brush from MAC. And just start bronzing my cheeks with this. Apply it to the forehead also. And then, like always, do the neck. So earlier today, my brother was FaceTiming me. I answered the phone call, and the first thing I see is him, full face. He was beat, honestly. So his wife, my sister-in-law Paloma, she's at home right now. She's pregnant. She's 7 months, and she literally was like, "I'm bored, and I'm gonna do his makeup." He literally let her full glam. I'm gonna put a picture of it right here so that you guys can see. So when he's calling me, he's telling me, I can't move my face. I don't know how you guys do this all the time. My face, I feel like I can't breathe. So I'm gonna use my Shade and Light palette, and I'm gonna use these two shades right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and actually contour with this. I'm gonna use my E8 brush, dip into those shades. So like I was saying, shout out to him for being such a patient husband, and shout out to Paloma for getting him to do it. You're contouring, make sure that you get like into your hairline, almost as if you're like pushing it actually literally into your hair. That way you don't have like this crazy line between your foundation and your contour. So now using my Morphe 48 brush, I'm gonna go ahead and literally just on a clean brush, just start blending this out so that that harsh line can just disappear. You guys are gonna go ahead and take out your translucent powder again. That was my stomach again. And dip into this with the flat side of this brush. And just start cleaning this up. This is not only gonna clean, but it's also gonna brighten. For doing that, I'm just going to go ahead and take my Morphe R34 brush and just dust off all of this powder. And with that same brush, I'm going to go ahead and blend out these lines from your nose contour. So using my Beauty Blender, I'm actually using this to blend out the lines on my nose. Last step for my nose is to just take some more on the edge of this and then just run it down. So I'll leave that on the bridge of my nose for literally like 2 minutes. Using my E4 angled brush, I'm going to go into Woody in the 8W palette. And then I'm going to use MUA also, and then just very lightly apply that also. And you can take a big fluffy brush and then just wipe all of this powder off. You see how that really created like a sharp line? Boom. So now I'm going to take some Fix Plus and then just go ahead and spray my face with this. Since you use a lot of powders, the Fix Plus is just going to help all of that like just become skin. So now it just looks like more natural instead of super powdery. Now with my James Charles palette, I'm going to use the highlight that comes in here, and I'm just going to highlight a little bit. I don't want to go too crazy today. I use this one right here. I'm going to take my JH40 brush, which is perfect for the under eye, and I'm going in with the pink shade that we used in the beginning. And I'm just going to go ahead and apply that to the bottom here. So next thing I'm going to go ahead and do is curl my lashes. Put on some mascara, and this is L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. I'm going to go pop on some lashes, and I'll be right back to go ahead and finish up the look. Take this Urban Decay pencil in the color 0, and I'm going to go ahead and just line my top lash line. Now that's done, I'm going to go ahead and take my LANCôME Booster XL, and this is just a primer that I put on my bottom lashes. It's just going to sort of extend my lashes before I go ahead and put on some mascara, because my bottom lashes are really short. This actually really does help extend them. Now that the primer's on, I'm just going to go ahead and put on some black mascara. See how like long they are now? Like they're freaking super long. I'm going to go in with the liner Coffee and Kissy by MORPHE. I'm going to use the Jeffree Star Liquid Lipstick in Birthday Suit. On the inside of this, I'm going to use the shade I'm Nude, also by Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I'm going to use my Skindivania setting spray. Okay you guys, and that is it for today's look. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial on this halo inspired eye look, and if you guys did, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. If you guys do decide to recreate this look, please be sure to tag me so that I can see what you guys come up with, and don't forget to follow me on my Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. Alright, bye guys. Use that. Why did I close it? I'm kidding you right now. Just subscribe.